Rolling, rolling, rolling. Hey, Skirk, how you doing? Thank you for the 30 bits. Ah, right. Right. Hello. Body. Ugh. My body has felt like so stiff, I could barely fucking move my joints. This last week. Hey, Reckless, how you doing? Hello, hello. First, hey Kitty, how you doing? Hey. It's okay, Kitty. You're first in my heart. Still first. Alright, so today we will be farming for the bully. Shocker. We'll get another few hundred runs in. Game on RNG, let's go. First kill. I said last night, watch it drop. First kill of the day. Because that's what's going to happen. The first kill of the day, it's going to drop. Isn't it, Core Observer? Well, okay, it wasn't the bully, so it technically hasn't, like, dropped, so, like, it's the first bully of the day. That's it. They need to fix the phosphine challenge. You're in the last 5 challenge and they're all unobtainable? Yeah, they do. So I'm not, like, too much in a rush to get them all done. Hopefully they get on that pretty soonish. They're back in the office next week. We'll probably get a patch later this month. Hopefully, maybe. We've got the Pearl patch coming soon. So hopefully they fix it for that. Last night you set up a second Vex that uses TDO, which is basically like your first Vex, but with the Chuck and a Ruby's Grasp. I'll get certain shinies. Lumberjack. And Forsaken Chaos. I can't remember if Midnight Defiance is a challenge or not. But Lumberjack and Forsaken Chaos have shinies, but no shiny drops. Sweet Embrace and Cold Shoulder also don't have shiny drops, but they were removed from the challenge pool, so... They don't even count. Kind of like how DLC weapons have shiny drops, but they're not in the challenge pool. That's where the... That's what they did to the Moxions. Some are quite the grind, yeah, they can be. It's like some you get really quick and some are just like, yep. You are here for eternity. Weird for Forsaken Chaos to have a challenge. Very weird, yeah. It was a Twitch drop, Reckless. It wasn't even a pre-order gun, it was a Twitch drop. What's the gun I'm using? This is the mantra. Drop some Bloom Reaper. The build I am currently using is built for the mantra specifically. You finally got your shiny affinity. Nice. The elephant can now rest. Holy. Yeah, so we got pearls soon. Wonder how good they'll be. Going to happen today, you can feel it. Hope I'm having a good Sunday. That's doing alright, thanks. Christmas holidays have finally come to an end, so hopefully work quietens down from here on out. One is going to be Beyond Broken, the rest will be gimmicky niche. I wonder how they're going to add them to the pools. Like, how are they going to distribute them? Literally just recreate BL2. Post level 50 only, and from, like, blue midgets. It's like only shiny enemies. One specialization rank will define Hey Clint, how you doing? Hello, hello. They're already 3 months. It's nearly 3 fucking years. Holy shit. Hope you're doing well. That's a plasma coil. Glad you're back to having DLC Vault Hunters. Yeah, I'm not too interested in cash. I hope the second one is interests me more. Yeah, drill sites are always like a little bit rougher for farming than standalone bosses, because you gotta do the mobbing beforehand. Which in just normal gameplay is fine, but if you're like trying to get the shiny, a bunch of extra time. Did that core observer just drop 3 items? Timekeeper stingy. I've only had 1 shiny from Timekeeper so far. So not very early on, to be fair, but... Hey! There we go. Nice and early today. Finally. "15 minutes in. I'm free. I'm free. And it only took 9,999 runs? Yeah, I mean, 1 off the 10k runs, like... Oof, free! I'm free! Now, of all the big Encore drops so far, I have every single one. Apart from Cricket. So, I still need Cricket. Cricket, Cricket. So I might do a little bit of Cricket before jumping into a balloon repair. SMG damage, gun crit, SMG mag. Why is that Murky so powerful? Cricket was the longest farm for you next to Oh My God. Yeah, Oh My God's gonna wait until Big Encore. Yeah, this bully farm has been something else. You got the shiny bod from a bubble axe maul? That's amazing. How do we get up there, don't we? Like he climbed on that. I forgot how. So Bunker goes to a predefined spot to die, Zelf, whereas Oppressor is literally just told explode in the direction of this coordinate. But if he's like right next to it, he'll overshoot and then just like puke all over a rooftop. You got Phosphine Australia today? Congrats.
You're charmed. I hope your grip's as strong as... Oh, what a mighty...
It's a lot of Ripper boxes.
Iron teeth for soft jaws.
Oh hey. Remag high damage.
Maurice already ate. We'll return.
Now I've already done a fair amount of Sydney, so I'm kind of hoping it doesn't take too long to get too much longer to get the cricket. How do I feel about true mode being universal than location limited? I mean, that's just better in every way. Literally ideal. Do new legendaries get added to the Phosphine challenge? No, they don't. They can still drop as Phosphine and unlock the skin for that weapon, but there isn't a challenge for them. Okay, can we stop dying? Before I get my action skill out, please. Jesus Christ! I'm just existing. Halloween and Twitch weapons. Well, the Halloween gun came with Phosphine automatically unlocked, straight up, and the Twitch guns, they don't have a drop, so not those two weapons, but like the pearls and the first bounty pack and Bloom Reaper weapons. They're all just drops without a challenge. Do I think true mode affects Phosphine drops? I know that it doesn't. So don't worry about that. Congrats on the bully, thank you. Using 2 forms of ammo regen. No. No, just the one. That's critical funding. What's the thing about jumping up and shooting down? And is it specific to 3 out of 3 high cal? Are you talking in general or just what I'm doing? J3, hope all is well. It's always nice to watch me play this game because I enjoy it without bitterness that so many. What kind of bitterness do people have? Oh, it's snowing! Just looked outside and it's snowing. Oh, okay. Oh, fucking time. That's the first snow we've had. Okie dokie. How's my spread launcher doing so much damage? Because it's a spread launcher and it does that. I have an amp shield, an amp rep kit, and it's a spread launcher. I also have high cal 3, so I can shoot through the boss, killing it instantly. But if it doesn't die, which it will, because it'll kill it instantly, it'll hit the ground, explode again, and hit it again. Which answers your question pretty quick. It basically, anything that pierces and explodes, you can hit an enemy twice. Once on hitting the enemy, piercing through, hitting the ground, exploding, hits again. Beam tosser pierces but doesn't explode, but it will bounce and can hit the enemy again. So you can kind of do something similar with beam tosser. Right now, I'm mainly jumping, so I have a lower chance of dying to my own shots. Also, jumping is just a good habit to be in Borderlands in general. Because enemy AI has always struggled when it comes to jumping players. How you doing, Tweak? Hello, hello. Maybe the reserve ammo pool you're seeing is just me reloading the gun, because I do that. Oh no, it did go down there. Interesting. A lot of people can't hide their bitterness towards the game. I see. I think one potential difference is this isn't my primary job. So like, I'm just kind of playing for fun. Whereas a lot of full-time creators, the success and state of the video game is, you know, more important to them, which is fair enough. What gun is this? This is the Linebacker. It's one of the best mobbing guns in the game. Where's Maurice's? Same place as last week. Embraces Bluff on the rooftop. Did I get the shiny bully? I did. How many shinies do I have left? Oh, yeah, I should have pointed this out, actually. I noticed earlier. 35 out of 69. That was officially, getting the bully, was officially breaking the halfway point. I am now at 50%. Halfway point of a bugged count, but, you know. Nearly there. There's many hours of farming to go. If I get this cricket, I'll have completely caught up on big encores. Aaron, have I considered just getting the shiny? Oh shit, I'll try that. Anyway, if AI do something useful, I track number of runs it took me to get the bully. I wonder if it's capable of that. If you could, like, just feed it the VODs and say, hey, count the amount of times I've killed Corbs. I wonder how... if that would work. Why the fuck do I have overkill spec? To be funny, that's why. Best defense would be nicer suit, but it is 20 points, which I don't have. In the zone. That's BIS, but... okay, I don't need any perks that I don't have. I mean, Groundbreaker is a thing, but I don't like Groundbreaker, so... I guess I'll just keep going killer for now. Already at 0.53. I've been running the Vanta of Vexel last week, and I agree that it's super scary, but you've noticed that what Sedina is putting in the bulk of the damage. Like, you only do crazy damage in the other shield. Is this an accurate assessment, or am I missing something? It might be misplaced. So, what's Vidina is 25% bonus element damage, which isn't a lot, and in practice might even steal some good bleeds. So that's not going to be the bulk of your damage. However, what you might be seeing is your overshield's going to be full most of the time, which means you're cycling amp. That is the bulk of your damage. If you get chunked, especially into health, you can recover your shield very quickly, but you still need to wait until you recover your health before you start cycling amp again. So it might just be that, yeah, because you won't get your shield back. It doesn't start recovering your shield until your health is full. And if your health is full, then you've got full overshield and you've got amp. So it could just be like, hey, I've always got my amp active when my overshield is full, because you have to be in a situation. You get what I'm saying? Amp will be doing more of the damage if you're running an amp, what's Vidino. Yeah. Yeah, I worded that absolutely terribly, but I think you understand what I was saying. It's not the what's Vidino that's doing the damage, it's just the fact that when you have full overshield also happens to be when amp is active. And you're cycling it. Is decoherence just a 25% bonus element? Yes. Which is why I don't rate it super highly. Now, it is a new instance of damage for the purpose of skills like critical funding. So you will always want one point in it just for that. It is a great skill, but it's not doing anything like super secret. One thing it is doing, though, is it is a stepping stone on the way to latent charge, which is also a good skill, so it does just make that side of the tree just really efficient for damage. Because you've got two decent damage options in a row. What gun is this? This is a Linebacker. Drop some Sky Spanner Cratch. It's a really good weapon. It's S tier for mobbing, and it's S tier for Phase 1 Bloom Reaper. It's one of the best guns in the game. But you want, like, lots of splash radius bonuses to bring the best out of it. It's not like a equip and win. How you doing, Noble? Hope you're well. Ooh. Inkling and Anarchy? Anarchy's nice. Is that a Ripper truck? Oh no! Need to equip a fish on this Harlowe. It actually give me a use for my ordnance slot. Hey Corn, how you doing? Hello, hello. Doing good. Good. This looks good. You mean like this build? Just played your first game Dead by Daylight in 2 years. Got a 4K as Nemesis. Ooh, very nice. I did not play much of that game. I kind of enjoyed it. I wasn't very good at it though. Also, it's kind of awkward. I much preferred playing as Killer, but it was also a game I kind of wanted to play with friends, which doesn't really line up. How much of this build is Blue Tree? 11 points. So, Harlowe's got lots of on-shot and a lot of bonus elements, so I like some soup, which Parallel Circuit has, and then we also have Fire Rate as well, which is very nice as well when you've got lots of other bonus damage types. And then Ripple Effect is just comfy. And then with a level cap, that will feed me right into Precision Engineering, which is a very high value damage skill. It will also feed me right into finishing Decoherence and getting Latent Charge as well. So this build isn't full damage, but it's very comfy. Because we don't really need max damage right now. So the moment that, you know, we get more level caps and higher difficulty, I'll immediately be going straight into that damage. Did they announce a new level cap already? No, purely theory. They said that the trees were designed with level caps in mind, so presumably we're getting them eventually. And currently we are in a loot event. But no, nothing official regarding dates and amounts and... Ran into the AI zombies like 6 times, you were so disappointed in them. See, when I played, because I was like at the bottom of the ranks, I was actually able to use Trapper's traps like effectively. They kept walking into my traps. It's a lot of fun when you can actually utilize the the killer's toolkit. My overall opinion on this game, 4 months. I mean, the game hasn't really changed much. I liked the game then, so I like the game now. I think Gearbox are being a bit slower on the whole adding new content than I would like, especially compared to Borderlands 3. But obviously it's not the end of the cycle of the game yet. The main thing I want is a reason to put time into build theory crafting. Give me content that, like, challenges the characters. Bloom Reaper was good, but one boss is one boss. Nemesis passive effect just has wandering the zombies wandering the field. Yeah, I guess so. Ow! What the? I was aiming at me. Sitting on 2 group study stacks here is helping me keep it active permanently. Isn't necessary, but just kind of comfortable. Probably go for 3. Why buy a robot? Uptime, really. Harlowe class mods, you can use kind of any of them on her standard builds. Let's have a look at what buy a robot does specifically. So, yeah, that's literally just uptime, isn't it? That's literally nothing but uptime. Which I'm not spec'd into at all, so that is like where my spec is missing. you like switch between reactor and septic. So septic is shooting enemies with a state an active state restores 5% of your cooldown. Yeah, so that allows you to skip confirmative reality. It gives you bright future as well. Stun lock for a bit of funny. Bright future is very nice. Get 5 in that. And then I don't have a... Oh, reactor. How do I not have a reactor? Yeah, so because I have confirmative reality and critical funding, together I don't really need skeptic. When is this big war we're supposed to get? BL6? Who knows? You farmed Soul so much for a goodbye robot, you got 2 of his phosphines. How many does he have? Gore, Golden God, Onslaught? This is the 3. If I had a magic wand, what content would I create to challenge players? I mean, takedowns is like... That's the play, isn't it? Takedowns is the play. You've also got boss rushes. I would like... so if you've played Remnant from the Ashes, that's got a game mode in it called Survival. Survival is peak. You go through kind of like a world map mobbing, then you go through a dungeon map mobbing, and then you go through a boss. Then you do it again. World map, dungeon map, boss. World map, dungeon map, boss. World map, dungeon map, boss. With like a little vendor thingy in between for you to upgrade your build. And it's just serves as a roguelike. You go until you die, and it gets harder and harder every boss you kill. So it's all about how many bosses can you kill during this rotation. Something's broken. Why can't I rep kit? How do I test if my rep kit's broken? If my middle mouse button's broken or not? Oh no, it works though. Why can't I rep kit? Fuck is that bug? Starting to feel like Chaos Chambers. No, this one's infinite. And it gets harder and harder and harder. It's literally boss rush. So Chaos Chambers was too heavily weighted towards weak mobbing and not enough bossing. If Chaos Chambers was more bossing, people would have enjoyed it more. Also, Chaos Chambers was the progression of the video game, not the activity you do for fun. Now, it doesn't seem like a big difference, but in a Borderlands player's mind, that will be different. Want more build diversity for Harlowe? Best I can do is a obscure neutron capture buff. The reason why the idea of a Remnant-like survival mode, boss rush, would excite me with this game is because it gets tougher and tougher and tougher until you die. That is just a game mode archetype that Borderlands is missing. Because Borderlands is all about getting really overpowered. That is clear. Everyone would agree that Borderlands, the builds you make just get really fucking silly. But the game is never able to offer any content that can challenge you. And it's very difficult to make difficult, engaging gameplay that everybody enjoys. Now, for the people who like to min-max builds, it getting tougher and tougher and going for a high wave count is enough. Oh, hey, look, I managed to get to wave 10 on this build. Oh, wow, that's cool. I made this change and got to wave 12. Oh, hey, I found this new legendary and now I can push wave 15. That's sick as fuck. Instant reward. Is there a stat that makes ripper guns charge faster? Yes, it's card fire rate. Not fire rate bonuses, it has to roll as parts on the weapon. So if you're after a ripper gun that you're going to be using, especially in mobbing, then the fire rate stat is the most important stat. Great! Oops, I've been pushing the button for group study. The damage of my spread launcher at max. I can use a weaker one if it makes you feel better. Did the bully drop? It did. Pure mobbing was boring. Mobbing is hard to make fun. It was like Chaos Chamber mobbing was not very fun, so that didn't help the reception of Chaos Chambers. You only found an 18k one? Yeah, that's pretty low. I have a blue that's 27k. This one's 34. Skillcraft from Amon's insane, you can't get over it. Yeah, very well placed. You want those crits on Amon to activate skills, so just more consistency on that. Cindy drops the bully, isn't that a core observer drop? I got the bully, I got the bully. I'm on to cricket now. Cricket is the last gun that I need that rolled through as a big encore that I missed. So this would be getting caught up. That's a really nice enhancement, actually, reload speed. That would be good for mobbing. Yeah, Booty Quake. Spread launch is so overtuned. How would I feel about the return of an Underdome from BL1? I liked Underdome. Oh, 49? Yeah, it happens. I've only lost like 0.5% of gun crit, so it's fine. Doesn't make a difference. Easy to fix. Well, the thing is with balance changes is you gotta think how it's gonna impact the video game and like all of the activities and builds and how people are playing. Like, is it easier to change the damage on a spread launcher? Yes. Now, I think the example of spread launchers is a pretty easy one. It's like, yeah, the shit's fucking dumb. You could reduce it by half and it would still be fucking dumb. But now you've got so many builds and players relying on spread launcher, like if you change it, you might end up alienating players. Which is dumb, but you know, that's the reality of. And at the end of the day, for what gain? In my mind, yes, spread launcher is an issue, but it's a lot less of an issue than AMP is. AMP is doing a lot more damage for diversity in this video game than spread launcher is. And well, the very nature of spread launcher just makes it play nicely with AMP, because it's just one big hit. That lemon lime, yeah. So AMP is a fresh malt in this game, which is a lot less harder to access. Also in this game, is it kind of just functions like a B shield in the fact that we basically just have it on every single shot for free. On multiple characters. Vex has got Teen Witch, Harlow's got distributed function, Rafa has good shield skills and access to a Guardian Angel, aim on the same. Like, it's very easy to make a playstyle that gives you 100% uptime on AMP without any sacrifice. And that kills shield diversity. Like when I was doing the missile barrage thing the other day, very cool, but like, what's the point? lot of games have bugs that need kinked out. Yeah. But from a dev's perspective, they need to weigh up like what the importance of each bug is. So like fixing a bug can take a lot of dev time. And the thing is with software is you fix one bug, 2 more pop up. And if a bug can be worked around on a player side and only a small portion of the players are experiencing it, it's like, eh. A pretty egregious one in Borderlands 3 is in one of the DLC skill trees for Moe's, you had a skill that improved dot damage and dot chance. Explosive Fury, which is a kind of cool skill. It would very much help with one of her Purple Tree class mods. Only the skill never worked. It literally did nothing. And that should have been fixed. But how many people are playing Moe's, already 1 in 4, have that DLC, 1 in X amount, who are playing with that kind of build, 1 in X amount again, who would be speccing that skill, 1 in X amount again, who are also, you know, just perfectly capable of speccing one of the other great skills in that skill tree. Oops. Black Purple Tree. Black Purple Tree was, yeah, that was definitely the forgotten child of that DLC. If you when walking, does that increase in running? Yes, and it's pretty linear. So if I have an 80% increase to my movement speed, chances are I'll get about 80% gun damage. It's around there. Only rough testing was done because it's an awkward thing to test. I'm not sure if anyone has taken a second look of that skill now that we have access to more in-depth code. But it's a pretty linear scaling. It doesn't go all crazy like Violent Momentum did. Having everyone use the same stuff gets boring? Agreed. But also, you can't blame anyone for using infinite amp on everything because it's so strong. Like, hi, yes, I'd like a free 150% mult to everything I do. You're throwing to not take it. Give Amp a downside. I hear you. So how about we give you this new armor shield, yeah? That gives you overshield when it breaks. The fuck were they thinking with that? Did they forget that they made onion? Any build that needs overshields to trigger has many ways of getting overshield that isn't take damage. That was without rep kit amp, because my rep kit broke again. I don't understand this bug at all. Are the raids in this game worth it? The fuck do you mean raids plural? Yes, Bloom Rip is a lot of fun. Unlocks UVH6 and has a couple of good drops. And if you're playing this game after the story and making a build, like, why are you playing it if not to, like, do the most difficult stuff? Why else are you making a build? Sorry, no, I was poking fun. You good? I was poking fun at the game, only having one raid so far. I'm having content. Dude, I'd love, like, arenas and then, like, little gauntlets and then, like, a cool, like, event rotation you could do and also, like, a takedown. I know that sounds like a lot, but Borderlands 3... Borderlands had multiple gearbox launched. Yeah, them saying that they thought that wildcards were going to be like takedowns, that was a misassessment from them. Hopefully they can improve wildcards though. I was looking forward to them when they described them. Less so when I played them. Wonder why they didn't put the auto-sell feature back. So one thing about auto-sell is it allows you to sell stuff on the spot, which means that you're not using the backpack space as a limitation. So something money economy in progression. I know that's a weak point, but one that exists. Also, yeah, there's... It doesn't promote experimenting with weapons, and there was a lot of instances of people accidentally deleting shit. And especially with, like, blues and purples in this game being really, really good. I can see why they didn't add it. Like, we have pickup as trash, which is really nice. But I'm happy with the current system. I'm not missing auto-sell. True mode was an excellent addition. Much needed. Yeah, apparently I'm just not allowed a rep kit. World event should have been a bigger deal? Absolutely! What weapon is this? Sorry, I might have answered, might not have. This is Linebacker. Jump from UVH5 to 6 doesn't give you a lot of hope. Yeah, True Mode did that. Without True Mode, it would have been really disappointing. But thankfully, True Mode does exist. And then we'll get 6 or 7, 7 or 8. Okay, so we've seen... Spoilers. We've seen in the files, it does go up to 10. So 10 is planned. The values aren't there yet. They just kind of use UVH6 values currently. Aren't I gonna open my 79 rewards? Might get nothing good. I wish True Mode increased enemy spawn rates in drill sites. But one of the best things that the spawn multiplier mod did in Borderlands 3 is it didn't just increase the amount of spawns that you got. If you had an activity with staggered spawns, it would just spawn them all at once. So even at ×1, areas would just be a lot denser. I think drill sites could benefit from that on True Mode or something. Because instead of all these waves coming out staggered, it would just be everybody. Do you think the game could physically handle that? Absolutely fucking not. The L3 did. Anyone here a Woodfall expert having your black market and wondering the best combo? There seems to be 1,000 different rolls. I believe it's Spring you're after to do the funny. Now, I haven't used it myself, but I do believe that the part you want is Spring. About. Fracture, Spring and Fracture. Interesting. 1100 damage. Yeah, so you're looking for Spring Fracture by the looks of it, GBF. Same idea to get all the phosphates and the big uncles I missed? Correct! Still craft on a shield. This is also good for my Moe's Harlowe. Gives me some more XP. Meteor cricket. Big Encore TK. Big Encore TK is gonna have a lot of fucking health, more than Bloom Reaper. Think we can get UVH 2.0? I don't think that's needed. UVH is fine. Like, if we really wanted to streamline it a bit, I think instead of just changing UVH, I legit think it would just be easier to fix the issues, which is the missions not being streamlined enough, i.e. like too much dialogue. Even then, it's not like it takes long. Jesus. Like, obviously, every bit of like new endgame that they add, they're gonna add a new UVH. So like Bloom Reaper to unlock 6, yada yada to unlock 7, Thingamabob to unlock 8. Yeah, exactly, Irish. If you address that, you get 2 birds with 1 stone. A, you improve mission replays for wildcards, and B, you improve UVH. Without just leaving the issue in the game and just moving it somewhere else. Right, what was that? Irvine. Purple. I want to loot them all. Is that sign? Please beatable. Oh my god, it is. This is my new favorite gun. What's going on, Vex? If we start adding things to UVH, all I say is please don't let it be like an extra level thing on guns. Like please, I fucking no. Guns already have enough bolts to put them over other damage types. We don't need that shit. Because the gameplay that will promote is, okay, I've beaten the game, now I need to awkwardly rush the max UVH level so I don't waste my time farming stuff I'm going to replace. And then I'm gonna, like, awkwardly climb through UVH just to get to the max, instead of, like, playing the video game. Like, I really like farming the build and then climbing with the build, rather than waiting till the end of the climb to use the build and then being done with the game and going, right, what do we do now? Do I have a respawn station? Yeah, right there. Let's clear the floor. Primordial and Ascendant. So Primordial and Ascendant were the best iteration of that system. I still don't want to see that system ever again, though. Because when you add that system, you have to start, like, letting other types of damage catch up and giving them, like, UVH scaling, and we've been down that road already. Let's not do it again. Okay. Mayhem level gear. If they add that to gear, you'll just simply stop playing. I wouldn't blame you. You got your first shiny yesterday? Yo, congrats. Which one was it? Is that the Linebacker? It is. One of the best guns in the game. Anarchy? Nice. I don't know about specific loot being locked behind the UVH levels, like certain guns are only attainable after UVH 3, so like kind of like some of the firmwares are. Um... Hit or miss. On one hand, like, sure, a bit of extra, like, hey, I did this on a higher difficulty, so I got a better reward for it. But then also, they kind of just harm the general sandbox balance of the game. Because you need them to be generally better for them to be, you know, worthy of a UVH exclusive drop. But then once you are max UVH and you're farming up your builds, you're gonna see that item a lot more than any other. And then you run into the common complaint of everybody using the same shit. Because they're just using the UVH stuff. It's better because it should be. So a bit of a double-edged sword with that one. Is Anarchy a dedicated one of the vault bosses? Yeah, you can only get the shiny from its steady drop. You can't wall drop a shiny. What I would like to see as a reward for playing higher UVHs is higher rates of firmware, so firmware rolling on more items, make it easier to put your firmwares into your build, and play around with different firmwares, and higher rates of license parts and legendaries that you're farming. I would like to see those two just slowly scale up the higher UVH you play. So it doesn't force you to play at higher UVH for stuff, but it does reward you for playing at higher UVH for stuff. And that way you avoid the balance issue of, like, Monarch, while still adding incentive to play on the higher difficulties. Without it being forced. UVH 10 guaranteed firmware? I mean, yeah, may as well. And why not? Less stupid combinations like Ripper C of ETDO, yeah. CUV on stickies as well. Or just fix that, that's an alternative. Honestly, I was disappointed to see stickies coming back because there's just nothing but problems with that mechanic. Give Torg something else. Something a bit more in your face. %20 chance on legendary gear, 23. 5 on white. Make farming a lot better, therefore Gearbox would never do it. Friction! I've never used either of them, Soren. I should do that. The class mod I'm currently using is Bio-Robot. You can see in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, under my health bar. I'm using the Bio-Robot for uptime on my action skill, since I haven't taken any action skill uptime skills outside of just cooldown. It's nice to have a little bit of uptime skills without it being a primary focus. Aren't pearls going to be that? We have no idea how pearls are going to be distributed into this game. As far as we know, it's just going to be rare. Which could, you know, introduce the same issue. But I'm okay with pearls being powerful because it's a pearl, it's a new rarity and shit. I'm expecting pearls to be very intentionally made with a very specific use case. So it's very strong in that use case, but if you play outside of that use case, then you're probably not going to want to use it. I imagine pearls will be like that. Which if they are, when they come out, you will see a horde of people saying, "Oh, pearls suck in this game." Really, you just gotta, you know, build into the pearl rather than the other way around. Bessie to come back. Yeah, they could do Bessie in this game. Give it like a 0.3 fire rate and 20k card damage. There you go, have fun. That's how I would do Bessie. They can GBF, yes. Typically, legendary underbarrels aren't as good as purples because legendaries have a little bit more restrictions on heart rolls. But you can get over 18. It's just you can't get the full 34. TKs might, but chances of. I don't think it can, though. I think it can get whatever the max Balwar spread launcher is. Want Sandhawk to come back as a pearl? Yeah, but this time it's a pistol. The Sandhawk just like changes weapon type every game. Heavy Ordnance Sandhawk. Oh, that would actually kind of work. Alright, I just need to stretch my hands. The thing about big encore gameplay is you never have any downtime to stretch and shit. It's so bad for my hands. Borderlands 3, I'm constantly stretching my hands. In this game, I just don't have time to. Posture check. It's gonna be a shield. Honestly, if they're able to make a unique, like, kind of Nova Shield type deal that sends out projectiles on, like, armor segment break, and it's, like, insanely strong, fucking bravo. Bravo. You can see pearls having a very specific effect. Well, we might find out soon. I think a pearl that leans into a stat. Like, example Bessie. Pure base damage. That is the stat of Bessie. It is only base damage. It just hits really fucking hard. It's god-awful to use, but if you hit something with it, that thing is now dead. You could have one that's got terrible bullet damage, but insane dot damage, like 20k. Okay, stelliums exist. Like 30k dot damage. With a decent chance as well. I hope they don't do too many returning weapons, Mars. I like new stuff. You generally enjoy the difference between this game and BL3. You go back to play BL3, you don't feel like you play something that is a carbon copy. Oh yeah, agreed. I just wish this game had a level of content that 3 had. Obviously, we're still early days, but then of Chimera, I never liked Chimera. So good Hellfire. Hellfire is good. It only sucked in 2. Was it in pre-sequel as well? It was just second gen Hellfire, not good. 1 and 3 were fine though. BL3 had proving grounds and circles of slaughter. They did. We have mines, bunkers, and drill sites. Not a red launcher. I do think proving grounds are really good content. And I do prefer circles of slaughters to drill sites. But obviously drill sites is, you know, kind of geared around farming. You see, I think they're missing a trick. Which they can do. Is they can have extended mobbing and still be farming. So obviously they need to like put the bosses in a reasonable rate so you can get the loot from the bosses, because that's why you play Borderlands, to farm bosses, right? But they can have mobbing encounters do that. The beatdown, dropping the Cobra. Imagine if every single enemy in this drill site had a heightened chance to drop, you know, disc jockey, cricket, swarm, etc. To make up for the fact that it's a mobbing encounter rather than just a single boss. That way you could do arenas. I think Harold will return. I fucking hope it doesn't. Meta in 2 and it was meta in 3. Bugger off. I don't want Harold back. I want another 6 years of Harold. Cobra farm was hell. It wasn't even the worst farm of the game. You tell me now, farm a Cobra, or farm a Bonnie. I farm the Cobra. Every time. The ogre. Ah. I'm not sure ogre was worse than Cobra mathematically. I was just kind of like thinking that as the response to that one, Reckless. Like, because the community told them that's what they wanted. And gaslight them into thinking that build diversity is the game. I think too many stars aligned in BL3 for that build diversity to exist. I don't think that's ever coming back. Remember, BL3's build diversity exists because of things like shield mayhem scaling times 34. I don't think that's coming back. I don't think it should either, but... just like the system in general, like scaled skills per UVH level. That's not coming back. Is it wrong to run Flatterback but with an underbarrel that's just the carnage? How about the other way around? Carnage with an underbarrel flacker. With the flacker, like, box. You know, Frosty, you just want this unholy Torg abomination? Sick. I think there's more room for unique underbarrels. Like, Space Laser's really cool. Fraxendry Grenade could do with some help. Sticky Flacker? No, remove stickies. Kill stickies. Delete. What's called my action skill to last so long and covers so much? My class mod. It adds 2 points into sustained reaction, which allows me to recover action skill. And a bunch of points into feedback loop, which just gives me more duration. To make it easier to cover. I'm intentionally holding it 3 stacks of group study because of this drill site is giving me just enough enemies to kill to sustain it. I'll show you the class mod. It's literally just for the skills. Feedback loop and sustain reaction. Sustain reaction is the main thing. Hey Viper, how you doing? Hello, hello. No shiny bully, we do. You're in pain because of work tomorrow? Oh no. Save your legendary vendors when you hit max level cap? No, don't do that. Waste of time. Unless you like read-only farming it, in which, like, fine, but don't save the quest. Nerf hazard damage from the class mod applies to hazards from the grenades. I decided to not even attempt to try and understand hazard damage in this game. I've just written it off. Who drops Linebacker? Sky Spanner Cratch. Yeah, you might have farmed it for Bloom Reaper. Fuck him. Oh, Viper, when you did testing for Desecration and you found that it doesn't get skill damage, was that skill damage or action skill damage? And does, like, any of that area get skill damage? Or is it just a complete no across the board? I'm trying to compile skill damage info. We bring back Cobra, but it's got an underbarrel that shoots Hydras. Just the apple that was sent, and only, like, at the start of the message, Jack. Literally, the command is apple shake. And then it just counts the amount of times the command has been called. It's not looking for the emote, it's just looking for the words to start the line. There is probably a way for it to look at usage stats. But relying on Twitch API to function probably just kind of doesn't anymore. It might have been a thing, but not anymore. Because yeah, I think it was Doobs that mentioned something about 1 million apple shakes, and I'm wondering how close we are actually to. You did test Ars Arcana? Yeah, I'm not really bothered about action skill damage. It's more just skill damage I'm interested in. Okay, like, yeah, you tested skill, but I'm curious if, like, every single part of Desecration wasn't getting skill damage, or if only, like, the main bit, or, like, what was going on. Warriors Cup. Which one's Warriors Cup again? Don't learn names. seems I learn effects. Rep kit restore. Nah, completely unnecessary. Waste of points. The skills in there are already action skill duration shit. Skillcraft effect group study. No. I mean, if an enemy stands inside the bubble and takes damage, yes. But if you mean to the bonuses that it provides the player, no. Very nice Dullahan. Potentially technically best Dullahan. If you run Alice and Fium for the 15% instead of 10, but that would depend on how much one shot you have. Okay, so the normal impact still gets skill damage, it's just the hazard that doesn't. Thanks, man. It's probably just seen as hazard damage then, and hazard damage isn't skill, so it doesn't work. Such a weird combo. Yeah, the rep kit, sorry, the class mod effect itself gives you skill restore, so like you just kind of want to go damage because like the rep kit is rep kit. Fuck, the class mod keeps the action skill alive, so then you can then spend skills on damage because your action skill is being kept alive. That's great. Get splash, not skill, but Harpies gets skill, not splash. Why Heartpiercer loses the splash tag, I don't understand. Not that it really matters, but... Or to farm before the event is over. Seventh Sense and Goalkeeper. Who drops it? Vile Ted. Both are guns, and both guns are good, and both guns are fun. If you're after shiny, yeah, budget deity from Bulkhead, but like, fuck that. Underwater side quest guy? Yes. You need roots, but root farming's ass. Yeah, if you just want, like, a farm that's not terrible, literally, Vileted is, like, fine. Because, like, Goalkeeper doesn't have too much variance, but it's still nice when you've got a good one. Like, a good high damage output one with Jacob's Ricochet is nice. But it's also not, like, an insurmountable farm. 7 cents is 7 cents. Good to make use of the event while it's here. $9.5k DPS Jacob's Goalkeeper? You don't know where from? Was it a pile of shit? Did a skag eat it and, like... take all the damage out? Being 9.5k is low? I didn't know that was possible. What the fuck? I didn't think they'd go below 10 either. Missiles too? That is truly awful goalkeeper. I double digit DPS. Was it 99? It was 98? Amazing. You trying to farm a space laser? It's painful. What's the max damage on Space Laser? What's the highest damage from Mantra? Apparently it goes into 4.2k, but I've not seen it go that high. Highest I've seen is like 3.6. $5k. Sounds like DPS and not damage. Mantra definitely does not come with 5k damage. In terms of actual DPS on a Mantra, I don't really look at that number for that gun. 26 is max. Okay, I think I've got a 24, so I'm happy with that. I like how Linebacker is like capable of doing decent damage to the boss just to finish it off. The fastest drill site. Come on! Alice dropping you a legendary Daedalus enhancement. Was it any good? Oh no! Okay, yeah, just pre-fire it. Just pre-fire, Linebacker. Getting both fire rate and gun damage is comfy. The ammo regen one isn't very good though. Oh, getting caught by my rockets. Too fast. On a speedrun. What's the gun? TK's Linebacker. Oh, rude. God, if TK's did this, TK's is already like bonkers. What's the purple? The purple is just a purple. The Dolahan. Spread launcher. I can use Linebacker to kill a boss. Not as instantaneous, but... Disappointed lack of the returning weapons. I like the new game to have new content. Wow. Only new game to have new guns like Linebacker. Exactly. If you keep returning the old guns, that stops new guns from existing. It takes the place of new. They've obviously chosen TK's wave as their iconic weapon that pops up every like main game because they chose TK's over. That's a very nice announcement. They chose TK's over. That's a really fucking nice enhancement. Hang on a minute. TK's over sledges. Well, that's just a bully enhancement. 75% fire rate, 25% gun damage, 38% reload speed. Pew, 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 pew. Sludge More's at 160 runs currently. Ugh. Good luck. Where's it gone? It's the funny thing. My inventory is too full. I've got too many Rainmakers, and I've got too many bees. Why do I have all these bees? Not the bees! Hey Nifty, how you doing? Hello, hello. Inventory management is time consuming. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, my bank is nearly full. Shit, I have to do that as well. Cleaned your bank yesterday, took maybe 1.5 hours. Sick. You're good at Hellwalker and Hellfire. Every other returning gun in this game you don't care about. Oh yeah, we have Hellfire, don't we? You want a different source of firmware? That would help.
Welcome to the Ice Dome. Gunpowder's gonna be running soon.
You haven't played anyone but Rafa. How's Harlowe? Harlowe is insanely powerful, but doesn't have as much variety in builds as Rafa.
Exactly as I planned.
Pre-firing on a boss, that's... Ow! So one of Harlow's best party tricks is that she can make every single shot that she fires an automatic critical hit, no matter where you hit on the enemy. And this gets like all of the crit bonuses in gear and skills. This allows you to spam on crit effects like no other. Like Jacob's ricochets. Also allows you to be very lazy in aiming spread launcher shots. You have to aim for the crit spot, you just shoot boss. Get full crit damage on every impact and ricochet and pierce explosion. I'm gonna try one of those new aiming builds, but you assume that glitch will be patched. Which glitch are you referring to? Because there are lots of very powerful ways of playing aim on that's not round glitches. Potential transference. Which one's that again? Whereabouts in the tree is it? Can reach billions? He can, but not through glitches. So to do that, you do your typical amp underbarrel stuff with like a spread launcher or a space laser. This already on most characters is enough to one-shot most things in the game. But Eamon can take it a step further thanks to Force of Nature, which is basically when he hits things with his gun, i.e. an amp spread launcher or space laser, it builds up stacks on the boss, and then you can use your forge skill to detonate these stacks based on the damage that, you know, you did. This will do a chunk of skill damage. Then he's also got a skill that when you crit with skill damage, it creates a very powerful dot. And then you can stack up all this dot damage and then deliver Groundbreaker from the specialization tree. Might be bullshitting on that last one. I'm not sure if that one actually stacks from Raging Inferno, but like you should have a lot of damage by now for Groundbreaker to at least do well. And like each of those steps is running through your damage formula again and again and again. And it's just triple dipping. None of that is a glitch. Literally just how the skills are worded. You're creating this big long chain. Like, and as I said, everything is dead by step 1. like shit's dead by step 1. It's rare anything can make it to step 3. Like, it's all well and good having billions of damage, but nothing's got billions of health, so why put in the effort? Bloom Reaper is our tankiest at like 18 mil. Not a lot.
Oh, that's creepy and crawling.
Left green capstone. Oh yeah, I was using that before I was using group study. It's really nice to use. It just doesn't really do much compared to... I mean, not a lot does much compared to group study, but... Okay, these explosions going through the drills just makes Linebacker so good at drill sites.
Look out for the tiny door.
Primed Entangler. Oh. You just have 10 out of 5 blackout with honey bunches, the simple way.
At least they can't shoot phase bullets. I think.
Oops. What's the god roll for a linebacker? I don't really know. It doesn't have much variance, so like, just get one. That's what I did. I literally just get one. So mine doesn't have any licensed parts. It's got 1.3 meters of radius, and it does 1.2k damage a shot. That's mine. It can get to 1.67 centimeters on radius. 167 centimeters on radius. They can get more radius if you are so inclined. But yeah, it's like, just get one. There is a license part that it comes with, but I'm not sure what it is or if it's like, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's like Ripper or something. It can also come with elements if you want, but again, you don't need it. I said 6'7", I did. I'll say it again. Is this the shortest drill site? Really feels like it. Makes sense since it is technically the first drill site. $1,500. 10% off. Tango Mango's weird. It feels very spread out. And you get like a lot of 1x1s. The arena's way too big. I saw somebody mention that they think that Pango Bango is originally going to be like a vehicle boss. Yeah, that was like 25-ish seconds on an imperfect run. Random high damage anarchy in the corner. Okay. Scientist. Action at a distance. Performative crank. Clear the map.
You're gonna love this. Gotta shoot his mouth off before he... What a blast.
Berserk is insane even with the timer nerf. It got some time ago. It's easy to keep him strong. Yeah. So a lot of nerfs never actually like really kill anything. Just like dial it in a little bit. Berserk is really good. Howdy, how you doing, Buckaroo? It said seeing red, which is Zane's skill. There is only red. In the code, they might have referred to it as seeing red. Because it's a very similar function. Play gearbox into these drop rates. I don't know, it's being very rude. Is Golden God good? Yes, but you have to like play around it. Only cheese can make an event permanent. Deep lore. Also, I have no fashion sense. I got no drip whatsoever. How good are the drop rates right now compared to before? Vastly improved. So much better. Like, playing isn't awful anymore. I mean, some drops still are because Borderlands 4 part set, but vastly improved. Instead of being a mix of like 3%, 4.5%, and 6%, everything's just 12%. Shiny rates were ×5, so it's now 1 in 200 instead of 1 in 1,000, which is a bit high in my mind. Big Encore's like 1 in 120 now. Any news on melee suspect will be up? Not yet. It's been busy at work because Christmas holes. They've come to an end now, so hopefully I can work on that video this coming week. I am out on a day I would normally make YouTube videos this week. I'll have to work around that. I've gained 4 specialization levels today. Simply don't go out, but it's Christmas party. There is an escape room involved. Bit early for a Christmas party. Well, when you work in the industry that provides other people's Christmas parties, you kind of have to delay your own. If you don't escape the room, we'll never get a YouTube video. It's okay. I have full confidence in the team that I am in. I don't think I put enough sarcasm on that one. Just join somebody else's if it's big enough, they won't know. I'll just tell all the accounting guys that I'm from HR, and then I'll tell everyone from HR I'm from accounting. Easy. The staff do seem to be able to escape from the job pretty fast with that turnover rate. When do I think the Spectre video will be coming out? People really want the Spectre video. I hope to get it out later this coming week. Just come to the end of the Christmas holidays where it's super busy, so I'm hopeful I'll have a little bit more time. When you drop in the video, I haven't made the video yet! What's this shotgun? This is Linebacker. Drop some Sky Spanner Cratch. Fastest drill site. I should be standing up here and then just like fucking nuke him. To try that as Any snow yet? It was snowing earlier, but then it stopped. I'm gonna try to build that Vex melting knife. Without access to a good save editor, it's really hard to pump builds out by volume. I'd like to play around with it though. Zaki, you ready for a different build? You're loving Incarnate. So with Spectres, there's two ways of playing it with my setup. You can either lean very heavily into the Spectres themselves, or you can dial it back on their side a little bit. They're still good for mobbing, especially. But it gives you more freedom in terms of weapons that you're using. But it is mainly geared to slower fire rate weapons to make use of Guardian Angel Amp. So, Hot Slugger. If you like Hot Slugger, you're good. We have lots of crit chance as well, so Hot Slugger's really nice to use. Kinda like using it on Rafa. Oh, no, it's not Heirloom. No, I haven't used Heirloom on my... I don't like Heirloom.
What can I say? I'm a giver.
Oh yeah, that, okay. I need to work that into my mobility a bit.
Really is a boomstick.
That sniped me. Uh-oh.
Get ready to bark.
But removing the gun when you spawn a second sector is so bad. Yeah, because it means if you want like a dedicated Spectre weapon, you have to keep swapping back to it. What parts to look for on a non-Ripper 7 cents? Daedalus shotgun, otherwise, good stats. Damage, mag, reload, yada yada. You don't need Daedalus shotgun, but Daedalus shotgun does the funny. Is that being around 3k DPS? Not a fucking clue, just compare what you get. Not a clue, just compare what you get. There is a funny combo with COV Daedalus shotgun, but it's a bit niche. Good.
Prepare for frostbite.
Moving around the map's a little bit more awkward with this rotation, but it is definitely better. What's COV doing for the shotgun one? So, Daedalus shotgun consumes 2 ammo per shot, but COV part doesn't really care about ammo per shot, it's still the same shots to break. So you get double mag. That was a clean run. Until Jacob's Ricochet did Jacob's Ricochet things. Bloom Reaper is not affected, no. Pull down the thunder. Ripper Atlas. Sing as a song? No. That requires alcohol consumption. I even drink very occasionally. When I say very occasionally, it's usually like a lot around Christmas time and then none at all the rest of the year. Is the Divided a good legendary? It's okay. It's like serviceable. If you have a build that supports it.
Personal space, please.
Does latent charge boost go into specialization? Gun boosting melee? It shouldn't, because it looks like it's a bonus element. Yeah, that's a bonus element. It's not gun damage or anything. Relations for every one Hellwalker, farming for 6 hours. Well, killing Horus is a hell of a lot faster than killing Boneface. So you're gonna get a lot more Lucians in a 6-hour farm than you are. Speed on the clear. It's a skill craft thing. What was it? Shield? A skill craft shield? No, I don't know. Oh, I was thinking about Aegon's. My apologies. Right, so you're farming Bone Faith for 6 hours, and you got 3 Lucians to 1 Hell Walker. It could be that Hell Walker only drops from Boneface or Saddleback, and that Lucian's drops from both. This happens with Pango Bango and Phantom Flame and Stray.
It's about to get cold.
I don't know if that's the answer, but
I can feel the paranoia.
theory based on something else that also exists in the game. That Ricochet 100% tried to kill me. Pass this one yet? Alright, drill site time trials. How fast can you kill the drill site? 5 runs in a row. Sustained farm speed. Like that idea? I think it's the only way to do time trial with a drill site. This activity is way too short. But like, how much time it takes to do 5 or 10 runs? That's practical information. Right, it's cooldowns, uptime, positioning. Miracle if I don't die there. Holy shit, I didn't.
They're willing to die.
No! I tried to be fancy. Thankfully, Linebacker. It's in the same spot with the same items. Steve. We didn't get a rotation this week. Had a random ricochet spawn on that guy's spawn point. That is so unfortunate for him. Better Legions runs? No, I tend to not be too interested in doing Legions runs. What weapons do I want to get buffed? There's not many. I would like the rangefinder to gain full auto. Roach and potato thrower could do with a bit of a damage bump. Cricket, I don't really know what Cricket needs. Maybe a special effect like anti-vial or something. A bonus damage versus vials. It's already pretty good as an anti-vial, so like lean into that. I would shave off some reload speed on Bugbear. That's red launcher. You like to see all torgs gain auto fire? Yeah, auto fire is just a really good accessibility feature. The Phantom Flame get a small buff? Yeah, a little bump. Wouldn't hurt. Your first linebacker drop was a shiny. Nice one. Yeah, Scrum. Games with that setting are great. There is an accessibility feature. Like, if they're worried about balance, like, give a small fire rate penalty for like 10% or something. So it fires at like, if you got a semi-auto weapon, it fires at like 90% of max fire rate. So it's still like fine. Been sleeping on Linebacker? A lot of people have. People are waking up to it since Bloom Reaper, since it was like, it's one of the best methods for Phase 1. Bloom Reaper has really like woken people up to it. It was known before Bloom Reaper. Like, a few people was like, yeah, you get some high cal 3 on this, get some splash radius on this, it's really good. That was not a common bit of knowledge. I think that's my cue to loot. Wolfram is auto setting, my god, does it help? Yeah. I remember Back 4 Blood had it when it came out. Rainbow Six Siege added it at some point, I think.
Forgot to carry a one. This one.
Unless the game is like a competitive, like multiplayer competitive game, I don't see like a downside. And even then, you could literally just fine tune. 44k capacity shield. Pretty good. That ain't a knife. This is a knife. Spoon. Daedalus shotgun goalkeeper, nice. If you can get like a 15k one with Jacob's Ricochet, that's like my favorite. I don't know. It should be able to roll both Daedalus Shotgun and Jacob's Ricochet, but last time I tried a Daedalus Shotgun Goalkeeper, it felt a little unwieldy, and I didn't like it. Maybe with better parts. What the fuck am I looking at? It goes to 15? It goes to 50. That's why I was like shocked when you said 9. I'm getting a lot of level 49. That's another level 49. A lot of level 49s from this farm. Rimming. I am. Thing is, I've got no reason whatsoever to farm this fuck outside of the shiny. So if I don't get it before Thursday, I fuck myself out. Want to say hello? Don't be scared. I mean my build. Blue tree is parallel circuit, bright future, ripple effect, because I like it, and then green tree is just like the essentials. Imagine if we could have Jacob's linebacker. That'd be terrifying. Any auto weapons I like using? Goalkeeper and snipers and bully. I did get a Daedalus shotgun Torg impact pistol one time. That was really funny. It fired like 10 ammo a shot. Oh, Ripper assault rifles as well. Ripper auto assault rifles are just kind of cozy to use. And then if you get a auto assault rifle with high damage, like a Torg part with not death sphere, kill drone, that's very good as well. So auto snipers, kill drones, goalkeeper, and Ripper rolled ARs. That actually might be quite good for a overdrive whiskey foxtrot. I need one of these with Jacobs. I didn't get one during Big On-Call week. Big rock. The grenade I could have for annihilation. Not really. If you do a trooper build, you can maybe lean in on Firepot. Thing is, I see this, and I'd just rather go one more point in decoherence. Like, I'm picking between that and an extra point decoherence. I'm just picking decoherence. And even if I max out decoherence, I've got latent charge right there, so like... Alright, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna call it there. We got the bully! We got the bully. This one's not shiny. This one's shiny. Get it. Yeah, Trooper's got the same bug that Eamon has, where it just occasionally stops you from throwing grenades. It's quite annoying. Tree's not a ledge? That's rude. I want a tree climb. Yeah, with that, I'm gonna call it there. I will not be live tomorrow or Tuesday, for I am working. Are the bully drones any good? Yes. And like the thing is with bully drones is there's no duration, there's no cost to using them. It doesn't take time to use them. It's not like swapping to an alt fire and then firing it. They're just there. So yeah, I won't be live Monday, Tuesday. I am going out Wednesday, and then I will be back for Thursday, reset day. Reset day will come with stuff. Gearbox back in the office on Monday, presumably. The event runs out on Thursday, womp womp, so we'll see if they keep the drop rates. We shall have a look. And then we'll have new Encore bosses, hopefully a hotfix with stuff, and maybe, hopefully, some news with Vault Card 2, bunch of new weapons, and pearls. Oh, that's be a lot of new weapons. 4 new weapons on Vault Card, whatever the boss drops, and then pearls. That's like 15 extra weapons right there, depending on how many they add. Oh shit, that's coming soon. Hopefully we get some news on that one. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay awesome. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.